Well, that's correct. Yeah, and really the baseline becomes almost intangible because it's just something I sail past on the way here and on the way back here. And so it's I've taken I've gone through the entire lot of medications and so forth and so on, and we've tried this and we've tried that, and this made me pee sideways, and that made me smell like turnips, and it just I never found enough value in it or enough peace in it to be worth the side effects and the personal stigma, the self stigma. Really, I mean, I really have learned to authentically not attach to other people's opinions. It doesn't mean that I don't value their opinions, but when negative things come at me, I've become very good at letting that go. Mr. Miyagi says, "Best way to avoid a punch, no be there," and that's where I try to go with that. But when you're stuck in your head and it's self criticism, okay, that asshole in your head doesn't. You cannot step away from it. You can't block that. You can't delete it.
No.
It's just there, and until you look at it, until you confront it, Alan Watts says, whenever you're confronted by a ghost, walk straight into it, and it will disappear. When you confront that, when you look at it, you see that it's not real. You see that all those blocks are just imaginary.
You're
They
thinking.
vanish.
Yeah.
I give writers the same advice on writer's block. People tell me, well, what can I do to get out of writer's block? It's like, no, because the harder you try, the deeper you dig. If you're in a hole, stop digging, damn it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. The only thing you can do is just put the fingers on the damn keys and start making words.
How do
Walk
you
straight
find?
into the ghost.
Well,
Go ahead.
so how do you? Right. So I mean, obviously, we're all working from home during the COVID crisis. Do you now work in an office, or are you still working mostly from home?
I started working at home in 2009,
Wow.
and yeah, and I still do.
Excellent.
I haven't seen the inside of an office for a long, long time, and
You
I
have
don't
missed
really miss it.
no, you have missed absolutely nothing. Okay, so I forgot what the point I was going to make then. No. Oh, yes. Um, so tomorrow I'm going to working all day on this business plan that I'm working on, and it is a type of creativity because what I'm doing is I'm taking the picture that's in my mind and translating that into a language that normal people can understand. And let me tell you, that is a difficult ask. I've been at
Mhm.
it for 4 weeks now, and I make little changes, but I had not made the significant effort I needed to, and the guy who's helping me out is $700 an hour. He's not charging me, but that's how much he charges because he's a PhD candidate, just visiting professor at this time. And honestly, I'm stunned that people are so kind and so helpful because, like you, I've always just been on my own. So, I do everything on my own. Cinema, holiday, whatever it was, got a motorbike. Um, so I'm going off at a tangent, but the question was, well, the observation is that in order to focus in the way that I need to get this document done, I'm going to, there's a cafe chain called Pret a Manger in the UK, and they've got this subscription deal, $25 a month, 5 drinks a day. Now, I don't drink coffee, so I have green or peppermint tea, but I hook on their Wi-Fi, I sit down, I get there early, sit in my favourite seat next to the charger. I'll spend 5 hours in there really focused, taking a break here and there, and governed by the ability for tea to get cold in a reusable cup rather, and that sort of dictates the amount of